Have you ever wanted to get paid to play a game? Now that sounds like the stuff of dreams, right? Well, that dream has already become a reality with play-to-earn blockchain games. But are these games actually any good? Well, that's exactly what I'll be exploring in the video today. I'll be telling you all about the top 5 blockchain games, sharing my thoughts and showing you how you can maximize those gains. I also have some of my personal tips that you just can't afford to miss. Before I swipe into this, there is a bombshell I need to drop. Yes, I am on a crypto quest and I do my best to get the truth about crypto off my chest. However, it must be stressed that I am no financial advisor. That means nothing in this video is financial advice. I do not jest. With that waffle out of the way, I want to say hey to all the new viewers out there today. My name is Guy and I am the crypto chief over here at the Coin Bureau. On this channel, we cover everything you need to know about the cryptoverse. That includes reviews, overviews, news, and market moves. So, if you're serious about taking advantage of the opportunities rife in this crazy crypto world, then you'll want to jab that subscribe button and hit that little bell. That way, YouTube will let you know whenever I release a new video. Finally, observe the timeline below. I've split up this video into different segments to make it easy for you to skip ahead to the games that interest you the most. However, I warn you that you might miss out on a cracking play-to-earn opportunity if you choose to do so. So, are you ready to lock and load? Okay, let's play. First off, I should probably take a moment out and quickly explain how you can actually get paid to play a blockchain game. There are essentially 2 main mechanisms. The first is that you earn in-game cryptocurrency through gameplay. The second, through earning or buying in-game items, which are issued as NFTs and then selling them on a marketplace for a higher price. Now, I need to level with you guys. All the games mentioned in my list today are in no particular order. After all, there are so many different game genres out there, and it's not really fair to pit a tower defense game against a fantasy sports one. That would be comparing apples with oranges. Also, I should point out that there are a load of other blockchain games that I've not had the opportunity to try out yet. I guess that's the price I need to pay for producing all this crypto content for you guys. So, with that thought out of the way, let's take a look at those blockchain games I've been grinding. First up, I have Sorare. This is a fantasy football game where you collect non-fungible token player cards and use them to compete in fantasy football tournaments for rare cards and ETH prizes. Sounds a bit quirky, right? Well, it turns out that fantasy football is damn popular. So much so that SoftBank's Vision Fund 2 recently led a $680 million Series B round for Sorare, which valued the company at a staggering $4.3 billion. And it's not just big money VCs that have invested in Sorare either. Turns out that several legends of the game put their money where their mouth was. That included the likes of Antoine Griezman, Rio Ferdinand, Ceasar, Azpilicueta, and Gerard Pique. But what is all the fuss about? Well, anyone my age will remember those Panini football stickers that you collected as a kid. Sorare taps into both those markets. However, unlike Panini football stickers, which could well have been printed into oblivion, Sorare has a limited number of cards that are created for each player, hence the name Sorare. Get it? Now, those cards are issued as NFTs, which are then used in the game to win prizes and can be traded for crypto. But how rare are these special player cards? Well, in a given season, each player within the game will have 1,000 limited cards minted, 100 rares, 10 super rares, and a single unique card. Naturally, the rarer the card, the better it is in-game. But are these cards nothing more than limited edition versions of Top Trumps? Well, not exactly. To explain that, I'd better get into how the game works. When you sign up to Sorare, you'll pick a club and get 11 common cards. Now, personally, I selected Ajax and got these guys as common cards to play for the mighty Coin Bureau FC. So, you have a bunch of player cards, but what do you do with them? Well, there are a host of leagues you can join to compete for prizes. That includes the likes of the Starter League Rookie, Global All-Star League, Challenger Europe League, and many more. Here's the deal. Each league will have a different prize pool and every league, apart from the Rookie League and Special Weekly one, has different divisions. Naturally, Division 1 will have the hardest competition and bigger prizes, whereas Division 5 will be weaker but offer smaller prize pools. That Starter Rookie League allows you to win a Tier 1 rare card for first, a Tier 2 rare for coming second or third, and the other prizes over here. Now, I know that might seem pretty lame to some people. However, tougher leagues have bigger prizes. I mean, the Global All-Star League offers a Star Super Rare card for first and over $3,000 in Ethereum. That super rare could be a Cristiano Ronaldo, a copy of which is listed in the Sorare marketplace for an eye-watering €190,000. So yeah, those prizes could really add up, especially seeing that there's a new tournament every week. Now, how do you enter those tournaments? Well, you'll need to register a team of 5 players. You'll need a goalkeeper, a defender, a midfielder, a forward, and an extra player who can play in any position. Here's Coin Bureau FC's lineup for the Starter Rookie League. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do you earn points to win those top prizes? Well, put very simply, the better your players perform in real football matches, the better the score they will gain in the Sorare League you're competing in. The team with the highest score wins the league and bags those top prizes. It's that simple. Now, those scores are based on a variety of factors, and you can check those out for yourself by visiting the link in the description below. Now, I am going to be honest with you. Even though Sorare is technically a play-to-earn game, you are unlikely to win much in terms of valuable cards that can be sold on the Sorare marketplace. Similarly, those ETH prizes are pretty hard to bag. That is, unless you buy a solid team to start with. Now, of course, I know that this is not going to be for everyone. However, each one of those cards does have the ability to rise in value because of market demand or the player performing well on the pitch. Those cards can win you rare cards and ETH every week in those tournaments. Now, I'd personally look at that as the yield you can get on those paid-for cards. Now, irrespective, if you're the type of person who loves football and crypto, then I'd certainly recommend that you try out Sorare. It's free to do so. Just be careful and make sure you know exactly what you're doing before handing over your ETH for rare Sorare cards, though. Okay, so what happens if you're not the biggest football fan? What happens if you like games like Farmville instead? Well, I think I might have the game for you. My second top blockchain game has to be TownStar. Now, this game is created by Gala Games, and that company was actually founded by the co-founder of Zynga, which was the company behind Farmville. So yeah, TownStar is basically a crypto version of Farmville. But what is this game all about? Well, in a nutshell, the aim of the game is to create resources and sell them to other towns. Those sales generate money, which can be used to upgrade your town and make it more productive. It's essentially a game that replicates capitalism. So, how do you play to earn with TownStar? Well, recently, Gala Games announced a new play-to-earn mechanic that goes live on the 5th of October. Essentially, NFTs that you can use in TownStar will earn town tokens based on the NFT's rarity. If you place those NFTs on your farm and complete daily challenges, you'll get those town token rewards. But here's the kicker. You won't be able to add infinite NFTs to your farm to rake in those town tokens. Instead, that NFT limit will be based on the player's Gala power. This Gala power is based on factors like the number of Gala tokens in your wallet, account age, town coin holdings, referrals, and so on. On top of that, there are weekly competitions in which you can win Gala coins and in-game assets as prizes for being one of the top settlements in the game. Pretty neat. Now, honestly, guys, TownStar's economic model is pretty damn complex. If you're a bit of a geek like me, then you'll love balancing the cost of production against the sale price of commodities and picking the most optimal one to produce. Also, you don't need to install anything to play this game and can play entirely in browser. But I imagine you're wondering, what can you do with these Gala coins? Well, they are used to increase that Gala power to help you farm more town tokens and to buy in-game items within the Gala ecosystem. A bit like this legendary water tower, which makes it easier for me to water my crops in TownStar. On top of that, you can use them to run nodes on the Gala Games network. Another thing to remember is that Gala tokens will have utility in other Gala games. Yes, Spider Tanks is already in beta. However, there are other titles like Echoes of Empire, Fortified, and Mirandus which are currently in development too. Needless to say, as the number of active players on Gala game titles like TownStar increases, that should be good news for the Gala token price. Now, if you're interested in picking that crypto up, then you'll want to do that on KuCoin. And I've actually done a dedicated video on that exchange where I tell you how to get an exclusive fee discount, and that is linked to in the top right. But what if RPGs are more your cup of tea? Well, I might have the game for you coming up next. My third blockchain game is CryptoBlades, and this is a Dungeons & Dragon-esque role-playing game. Here you can earn skill tokens by crushing your enemies, going on a raiding party with friends, and staking your gains. As with every single role-playing game I have ever come across, powerful weapons can be used by your character to give you the edge in combat. These special items can also be crafted as NFTs and used in-game, or traded on the CryptoBlades marketplace. Here's another interesting thing. Your character will be issued as an NFT too. Now honestly, the gameplay for CryptoBlades is very straightforward. There are 4 different elements within the game: fire, earth, lightning, and water. These elements are assigned to characters, attributes, weapons, and enemies. Those elements reduce or increase the chances of victory when you're battling. Fire is weak against water, for example. Now to play the game and earn those skill tokens or rare NFTs, you'll need to have MetaMask installed and loaded up with a few skill tokens and some BNB for gas. Now I've actually done a video showing you how to set up MetaMask, so if you need a helping hand there, then you'll want to watch that over here. Next, you want to buy a few skill tokens using a DEX like ApeSwap with that BNB. You can connect with your MetaMask here and get that skill balance loaded up to allow you to play. You'll need those skill tokens to recruit a character. Now, I understand that on-chain crypto games like CryptoBlades might not be for everyone. After all, some of you will find it annoying to set up MetaMask and send gas every time you want to fight in-game. However, I personally find it an intriguing game. Maybe that's because I might have played quite a bit of D&D back in the day. But what if you're too cool for CryptoBlades? Well, maybe my next game pick will be up your street. At number 4, I have the Sandbox. Now, in a nutshell, this game is an immersive metaverse where players create virtual worlds and monetize their gaming experiences. In a way, it's a bit like Minecraft. Now, the Sandbox has a range of different universes to pick from. That includes the likes of Summer Jam Land and the Walking Dead Land. Oh, and we even have Snoop Dogg-themed lands coming to the metaverse soon. Sounds like a fun place to live, if you ask me. Now, within the game, you can buy plots of land, which are pieces of digital real estate within the Sandbox metaverse. These are used by players to build experiences on top of. So that means you can populate them with in-game assets to create unique gaming experiences. Now, those lands are actually NFTs, which makes them tradable. And also, those lands have a capped supply, which makes them scarce. So, for example, in the upcoming Snoop Dogg Metaverse land sale, there are only 598 lands available, 212 premium lands, and a smattering of estate plots to get your hands on. But what do those lands do? Well, they act as creative tickets that enable you to create any world you can imagine and populate them with in-game assets to create experiences for other players. You can actually charge other players sand tokens to visit your land to play the games you've built or bought, and you can potentially sell your land for a profit once you've developed it. But what else can you do with sand tokens? Well, they can also be used to buy those lands and in-game assets on the Sandbox marketplace. So I might buy a land with sand tokens and buy all the in-game assets required for me to create a crazy golf course, which I could then charge other players sand tokens to enjoy within the metaverse. Now, of course, as the Sandbox game attracts more players and creators, this should lead to an increased need for sand within the ecosystem. As the token supply is fixed, there should be scarcity as the amount of sand per person decreases and drives up demand. Now, I don't think you really need to be a genius to know that fixed supply and increasing demand should lead to higher token prices. That's why so many people hold sand tokens as a bet on the future popularity of this game. Now, assuming that you wanted to give it a shot, you're going to want some sand tokens. And one of the best exchanges to bag that sand is over on FTX. So feel free to watch my complete beginner's guide to FTX, which is linked to in the top right. I also have an exclusive deal on trading fees over there, so you don't want to miss those either. Okay, but what if becoming a virtual landlord doesn't appeal to you? Perhaps you prefer a good old tower defense game. Well, if that's you, then I think you'll like my final blockchain game pick. Drumroll if you please. It's Plant vs. Undead. Now, if you're thinking that this game title sounds familiar, then you're probably right. It's essentially a blockchain-based reincarnation of Plants vs. Zombies, a tower defense game where you need to stop those undead hordes. The game also has a token called the PVU token, and this is used as a currency to buy items like seeds and plants from the in-game marketplace. So, to get started, you will need 5 PVU tokens to begin farming. Here you can plant those seeds, water your farm up to 15 times a day, and chase crows away from snaffling those seedlings. Do that and you'll get light energy rewards. Watering gives you between 10 and 500 light energy, and chasing crows away lands you between 20 and 1000 light energy. Once you've scooped up that light energy, you convert it to PVU tokens at a rate of 100 light energy per PVU. Now, PvP mode is still being tested, and in-game tokens for this mode are not real yet. However, like Axie Infinity, which allows you to earn smooth love potions, you'll be able to earn PVU tokens in Plants vs. Undead. What's even more interesting is that according to its white paper, there are already 30 million PVU tokens that have been allocated as platform rewards. Given that, at the time of shooting this video, PVU was trading at around $3.50 a token, this would equate to around $100 million in platform rewards. Plants vs. Undead also has unique plants with different traits and skills. That means once the Plants vs. Undead marketplace opens up, players will be able to trade or even lend out their virtual plants. If you have an awesome plant, then it wouldn't be outrageous to think that it could be worth a pretty penny. Yes, I've only beta tested Plants vs. Undead so far, but honestly, this looks like it could well be an Axie Infinity 2.0. Speaking of which, I know Axie Infinity is not on this list despite its popularity, and the main reason for that is because I have done a complete dedicated video on it. You can learn more about this cracking game by clicking the video link over here. Now, that just about wraps up my list of the top 5 blockchain games to watch out for. However, I do wish to share a few thoughts on the way out. Honestly, guys, there is a tremendous amount of hype around blockchain games right now, and I want to be realistic about things. There are people out there spending crazy sums of money on in-game assets. I would strongly caution you against that. Yes, a game might be hot now, but that doesn't mean that hype will be sustained. Imagine if you spent a ton of ETH on a hot in-game NFT and the game's user base disappeared. How much do you think it would really be worth? Chances are that you'd be nursing a hefty loss there. The truth is that blockchain gaming is still in its infancy, and it's uncertain which games will have staying power and acquire a critical mass of users. Therefore, I think it's still way too early to dedicate a sizable chunk of my portfolio to any blockchain gaming play. With that being said, I'm tremendously bullish on the future of blockchain gaming and the play-to-earn model. I'll be watching this space intently, and I cannot wait to see how this crypto sub-niche develops in the months and years to come. Now, if you want to give any of the games mentioned in this video a try to see if they float your boat, then be sure to check out the links in the description below. And now it's time to hear your thoughts, folks. So what do you think of my blockchain game picks? And are there any other games that I should give a go? Let me know in those comments. And finally, if you think this crypto chap has done a top-notch job, then tip your hat to me by hitting that like button. If you'd like to make me your very own crypto gent, then you can do that by striking that subscribe button and dinging that little bell. I bid you all a good day. Till next time.